Hi Aries, welcome to your January astrology. And January, it's such an important beginning for you, the beginning of the year, to step into the vision of what you want, what you feel will be most important to you. And the new year begins with Venus having just gone into Sagittarius. And Venus in Sagittarius is this energy. Venus, of course, is what we love, what we value. But it's opening up a part of your chart that says, hey, I want to expand. I want to do more. I want to believe in myself and believe that I can do more. Not like you don't already, but it is about expansion and more. So take a look at where you would like to expand. And on the 3rd of January, Mars goes from Libra, opposite your sign, into Scorpio, where it's very, very strong. And since Mars is your ruler, when Mars makes a change, makes a shift, it's an extra power day for you. So you could really start to feel on January 3rd the sense of, I'm ready to move forward, get out of my way. I want to do what I want to do. And there is an element that it could be that there could be some type of perhaps a disagreement or clearing out of what other people expect from you or what you expect from other people. It's like, hey, let's just cut to the chase. Let's get down to what it is that we do for either each other or don't do for each other. But don't assume that I'm supposed to do this just because you want me to do this. Now, the major message that is going on for you this month is to look at your career path or your life path. What you're doing with your life, what you're doing with your career, and sort of taking a big rethink on that. January 5th, Mercury will go retrograde. And so there's this in Capricorn, and there's a big rethink about career, direction. Am I in something that I still feel that I belong in, that's right for me? And if not, where else would what else can I do? Where else can I go? How can I expand? It goes back to that expansion energy. So it's not necessarily a time to make a big jump in the career. If you've already had things in works, then something could be coming up to make that change. But generally, this Mercury retrograde, even though things are brewing for you big time about moving forward and being very busy, to look at all the scenario. You don't want to make a change just to make a change and then find out it wasn't any better than what you had already. Now, this just even a couple of days later, when Jupiter goes retrograde, the Jupiter retrograde energy is about making some adjustments in your life. So that's on January 7th. So the energy around the 5th through the 9th, when we have the new moon, there could be things that come up about making adjustments, and a lot of it can be your daily schedule. Getting to work, doing this, doing that, just making these adjustments that will fit for you. And also to be able to fit into your schedule, into your life, making those adjustments that will be meaningful for you so you can fit everything in. Right before the new moon, we do have Mercury went retrograde in Aquarius. So, and that is a sector of like connecting with friends, connecting with new ideas. Right before the new moon, it goes back into Capricorn, which is more about planning. And then the new moon on the 9th, highlighting that sector of your world that says, what do I want to do with my life, my job, my career? New ideas can come. Even though Mercury's retrograde, it's time to rethink and expand on ideas. And this particular month for you, and this is especially true if you were born around April 6th or April 7th, You might feel a sense of, I just need to, I'm ready to explode. I'm ready to change. I don't necessarily know where or how. I just know that something needs to shift. So the support from the universe is to not hold you back, but allow you to consider the different possibilities. If I change in this direction, if I go here, just to consider the different possibilities and the impact of making these changes on your life will be. So you can go forward and really say, no regrets, I'm ready to burn my bridges. I'm ready to move forward because I really have looked at what's at the other side. Now, on the week after the new moon is like the first 10 days of the month. Everything's very sort of like intense and crazy. All these energies are shifting. Mars goes into Scorpio and the retrograde, and the new moon and the Jupiter retrograde. And then out the week after the new moon, the 10th, 11th, until around the 20th, it's like, okay, just catching our breath. So there's this time of catching your breath and taking time. If you are looking to change your job, you can start to gather information, connect with people, get the resumes out, all of that stuff. Just catching up with the big whirlwind that the new year started. And then January 20th, when the sun shifts into Aquarius, that's another time. It's like, okay, now I can have this. Let me get a breath of fresh air. So, and it is a time where it really is suggesting to reach out to your friends and reach out to connections. Venus will shift into Capricorn on the 23rd. So the first few weeks it's been in Sagittarius. Let me believe in myself. Let me plan some trips. Where would I like to travel? Where would I like to go? And then shifting into Capricorn on the 23rd. And the full moon is on the 23rd. That is an element of, it's an element of love and romance. So love and romance really starts to expand around the third week in the month. But at the same time, that Venus energy is saying, hey, what do you love about your life? What do you want for your job? So it's reiterating the energy that's already gone. And on some level, it's suggesting, if situations are appropriate in your life, that you may, and if you are single, that there may be a love interest that you meet or that you connect with because of work. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're at work, but it can be because of work. Someone at work invites you to something, so there's a little bit of work-love connection starting around the 23rd and moving forward. And then on the 25th, when Mercury goes direct, it's a very intense Mercury direct. It's with Pluto, basically because it's with Pluto. And that is when it went into its shadow. It went into its shadow on December 19th with Pluto. So there's this deep desire to go deep in and figure things out, not to be afraid of, what you may discover. Because this energy is saying a lot of times it's better to know something so you can know what to do, how to handle it, how to move forward. Just more clarity. Let me just get all the cards on the table so I have more clarity. And the end of the month ends with a lot more clarity and a lot more vision and wisdom. Thanks so much, Aries, and have a very happy new year and happy January.